guest, be our guest. Put our service to the test. Try the grey stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me, ask the dishes. Just whip out your menu, take a glance, and then you be our guest, be our guest, be our guest.
Skelling Bones. Bit of Beauty and the Beast, eh?
That's right. I've just finished watching this animated adaptation of the live-action classic Emma Watson original. Well, it was pretty awesome. It seems kind of lame to cut out the Beast's main big awesome ballad. Nevertheless, I am pretty jazzed about all of these animated remakes. The Jungle Book, Cinderella, and to a lesser extent, this remake, which totally missed the point with Kristen Stewart's performance.
You know that all of those live-action movies are remakes of the animated classics and not the other way around, right?
No, that can't be true.
It's true, they are.
No.
Well, yeah.
Well, no.
Well, yeah.
Let me look this up. Well, this is disappointing. I feel like you've ruined my day.
Here it comes.
And so now, I will ruin yours.
Well, I kinda walked right into that one. Alright, gang, so let's start with the original. No, the actual original. Okay, well, yes, that's the original, but I mean this one, the Disney film. The film that is actually responsible for this GoodTimes version. The Disney version of Beauty and the Beast has always had that extra tier of respect because it was the first animated film ever to be nominated for Best Picture, and as far as I'm concerned, it's the only one. Toy Story 3 and Up were both nominated, but in years where the Best Picture category was massively expanded with 10 nominees, where the Disney classic Beauty and the Beast only had 5. But either way you spin it, the movie is revered and loved, and rightly so. A film the likes of which are so highly regarded by the public, it's bound to draw a knockoff version from our friends over at GoodTimes. If you don't know who they are, well, the deal is most popular classic Disney films are based on public domain properties, which means anyone can make movies about them. So when Disney drops a hit, other animation companies can make a version of their own, perhaps not based on the Disney classic, but on the source material. So when Disney releases this Aladdin, another company might release this Aladdin. The similar box art is a staple as well, confusing babysitters and parents into renting the wrong one, providing decades of frustration. Now, generally, companies like GoodTimes were real quick on their toes, releasing their knockoff versions immediately into the public, capitalizing on the surging popularity of whatever property they were doing their take on. But with their take on Beauty and the Beast, we get their version a full 3 years later. Makes me think they put some extra time and energy into this one. So, let's see how it turned out. Would it surprise you to learn that this is the worst knockoff I've seen yet?
No.
Well, let's talk about it. From square one.
You'd never think to look at him, how beautiful he seems to me.
The film starts out with an original song, which is interesting. I'll be curious to see what kinds of songs this movie throws our way throughout the film. Wait a minute. This is probably the same trick from the Aladdin review, where the movie puts one original song in the beginning and then never again. I mean, I guess we don't want more of this, right? Okay, on to the story. We begin in rainy Paris. Our suspiciously familiar-looking beauty character is greeted at the front of her home by her two evil stepsisters.
How are you?
Apparently better than you, Beauty. You look like a drowned rat.
Wait, what am I watching? The animation out of the gate is classic GoodTimes. The lack of pupils in the characters' eyes give you that relatable, vacant, dead look. So crucial. So we join Beauty's father and brothers in a study, where they recount how their business has been bankrupted when their funds were leached by clerks that they hired, who turned out to be embezzlers. Enter Beauty, who, by the way, in this version actually is just named Beauty. And she is there to deliver a cake after a hard day of feeding the homeless. And yes, I know that sounds like a joke I would make, but that's actually what she was doing. It's in the movie.
I've spent the day among the less fortunate bringing them food. You should see the look on their faces when someone helps them.
Wow, Beauty's so likable and selfless. What great character development. Flash forward a year and the family has moved onto a more humble farm, having lost everything. But at least they can still afford fine art. So Beauty is out to deliver her father and brother some lunch as they work hard at hitting the dirt with various tools. You know, Beauty is such a great protagonist. She is always making sure that the male characters are fed. I mean, when it comes to serving men food, Beauty is second to none. Okay, moving on. So as they are outside working, they receive word from a messenger that one of the family ships, thought lost, has turned up and is filled with valuables. A huge break for the family and cause for celebration. If you hadn't already guessed, this movie is following a way different plot from the Disney version. Though the original story was written by a French woman with a name I daren't try to pronounce, apparently this movie is based on a version by the Brothers Grimm. And good thing they made that choice, 'cause debtors, bankruptcy, and shipping goods sure are exciting. So the father packs up and prepares to journey out into the city to reclaim their goods from the turned up ship.
In a few days, whoa, horsey!
Oh man, I love this so much. I can imagine the voice director in the booth was like, okay, so now your character sets off on a horse and it sort of bucks back and you try to hold on and say, whoa, horsey. But then the animators were just like, nah. So the father takes off into the woods where he gets lost and taken prisoner by the beast. Or he gets to the shipyard just fine, discovering all of his cargo was destroyed and damaged. Okay, sure, I feel bad, but here's my question. Why the heck did this messenger guy that came to the farm give them news like the ship wasn't totally wrecked? Total dick move, buddy. Whatever. At least this ship captain gave him some much-needed consolation.
Oh, my children will be so disappointed.
I'm terribly sorry, man. The sea...
Hey, I'm sorry, man. You cool, bro? I mean, not that I know so much, but maybe don't have characters in a story set in 18th century France say man. I don't know, just a thought. Okay, so now his journey home begins in stormy weathers. His horse gets spooked and leads him to a strange and mysterious castle, which is partly true. He finds a castle, but the weather clears up and his horse is fine. Looks like you can just head home, buddy. No need to seek refuge in a castle if there's no storm. Wait, no. You don't have to go in there anymore. Ah, boy. So, like a dummy, the father character investigates the seemingly abandoned castle, talking to himself and further reinforcing for everyone just how annoying this character is.
What am I to make of... Why, that's no magic I smell. That's roast beef.
After a bit of poking around, he finds a lovely dinner ready and waiting for him. And no, self-moving furniture and flatware aren't a red flag at all. So a big gluttonous dinner and a lovely night of rest later, and it's time to head home in the morning. And it is here, at the 18-minute mark of a 45-minute long movie, that the Beast is introduced. And you can tell by his looks, this guy means business.
I am a beast.
You gotta love how he just literally says roar instead of just roaring. Really, really good stuff. So as he promised Beauty he would bring her home a rose, he takes one from the Beast's coveted rose bush, not knowing it was so important. And it is then that he faces his demise at the hands of the Beast. Until...
See, I took the rose only as a gift for my daughter, Beauty.
A daughter, you say? I will strike you a bargain. You may go home and ask Beauty if she will die in your place. And if she will not come, I shall seek you out and destroy you both.
So the father heads back home to see his family one last time before returning for his imminent slaughter. Also, Beauty finally gets about her 5th line of dialogue, which entails her volunteering to go with her father to the Beast's castle. The two arrive there in no time and confront the Beast, and it's love at first sight.
I see now why you named her Beauty. It was not for her face alone.
So the choice is made that Beauty will stay and her father can go free.
This treasure may lessen your family's pain.
I am in your gratitude, Beast.
Well, I am not. Did you think a chest full of jewels and gold would wash away a pain beyond pain?
This is of your doing. Now be gone before I strike you dead.
I mean, essentially he just delivered her straight to her death/imprisonment.
Whoa, horsey!
And with half of the movie remaining, the Beauty finally meets the Beast. Except in this version, the Beauty is set to be executed, and Beauty herself has seemingly accepted her demise.
I don't have any regrets, and I'm not going to scream.
Why are your eyes moving like that? Hello? So, at the time of her execution, the Beast decides he can't go through with it, introducing her to his magical cleaning lady and proclaiming the castle as hers. Chemistry, as you can see, is off the charts.
How could one such as yourself think of being the wife to a beast like me?
At this point, we've entered into some familiar Beauty and the Beast territory. The story is set, the characters are in place, so now it's time to introduce the magical sorceress.
Beware of the Beast, Beauty. Beware of him.
Okay, thanks. Bye. That was a nice lady.
We next see many scenes of Beauty and the Beast getting to know each other and falling in love. And by that I mean one scene that covers a half a year of Beauty talking to the magical housekeeping lady, and not the Beast. Finally, after a half a year, I guess, we see the two interact. Wow. You know, I don't want to be too hard on this, and of course there are the obvious Stockholm Syndrome jokes that everybody loves to make about Beauty and the Beast, but if you're going to make this story in any version, the most important part are the scenes that make you believe that these two characters could somehow fall in love. But this movie just glosses over that part entirely, like it's the smallest part of the movie. I mean, compared to scenes about bankruptcy and corrupt clerks, you're talking about a real small piece of the pie. It's kinda mind-blowing.
You dance so well.
Wow, okay, now we're talking. The iconic scene. This is absolutely splendid. This must be the part where the Beast sings to Beauty, remember? Like we heard in the song at the beginning.
How beautiful he seems to me.
I suppose not. Guess that was just like a total lie. But at least things are heating up.
This has been a glorious night, Beast. How can I thank you?
By being my wife, won't you marry me, Beauty?
Dear Beast, I will always be your friend. Isn't that enough?
Oh, he got friend-zoned. I suppose, in fairness, it was a little bit presumptuous to propose on the first date. So, stuck firmly in the friend zone, the Beast allows Beauty to visit her family, which means we get treated to more of this guy. Yeah! So some time is spent at home with her loving family.
We'll see to it this Beast who treats her so well dies. Then she will have nothing and will envy us.
Well, slightly loving. The sisters' plan, which was hatched with 7 minutes left in the film, is in place. They begin to try to coax Beauty into staying home, forcing the Beast to die of heartbreak. I mean, we're talking about second-degree murder here. We are next treated to scenes of Beauty ice skating with her sisters, in a climate that we've been shown is clearly not winter or even cold, but ice. Soon enough, the magical housemaid appears and whisks Beauty back off to the castle, where the Beast is apparently in the throes of death. Tensions are running high. Will Beauty make it in time? You could see the intensity in her eyes as she rushes to him. Unfortunately, though, she's too late. The Beast has died. The only thing that could save him now is, yep, you guessed it, magical tears. I guess within the span of 7 days, Beauty went from total I'm not into you like that mode to full love and marriage ready mode, complete with Deus Ex Machina Disney tears. And lucky for her, because the Beast turned out to be a handsome prince. One she'll be able to bring sandwiches and cakes to for years to come. And with one of the most abrupt cuts I've ever witnessed, the movie ends.
You'd never think to look at him. How beautiful.
Wow. Well, that was terrible, but also over. Thank you very much, Skelling Bones. I made it through another one of your lovely gems, and I do apologize for bursting your bubble about the live-action remakes.
It's alright. I've already moved on.
Wow, you know, Skelling Bones, for a Shinigami, you sure are understanding. What are you doing? You texting someone? I didn't know you had a cell phone.
Of course. What am I, a caveman? I'm just getting a kick out of all these cute little emotion faces.
Oh, the emojis.
I mean, with the movie bombing as badly as it did, I never would have expected them to add a whole platform of faces and symbols to every single cell phone solely based on that film. Incredible.